I just dropped the computer. I don't even know what I named this thing. But welcome. I'm getting ready to meet some fellow humans and raise some funds for things they care about. Give them a chance to explore the benefits of solar energy, which is kind of cool. So at least we have fun doing it. I'm not one to speak to what cool is or is not, but we're gonna let these folks in from the waiting room. Hello, Yogesh. Hello, Barbara. Is Yogesh the right way to say your name? Oh, she was turning it off. Hi, Barbara. There you go. Thank y'all for being super early. We've got 6 minutes until we start, but we will start right at the top of the hour. I know that y'all came to have a really easy fundraiser. We're excited about that. And at 25 minutes after the hour, we'll be done. So we won't take up much of your time. And y'all will have raised $50 for the causes you came to support. And I hope you'll learn a little bit about solar energy today, because it's something that the world would be, it would just be nice to make some more electricity from sunlight instead of all the work we have to do nowadays to make it. So thank y'all for being willing to show up, and for somebody or some organization who asks you. So anything y'all want to let us know about you as people? Barbara, what are you up to today? You're muted. Let me ask you to unmute. I still can't hear you. I'm going to hit ask to unmute. There might be something that pops up on the
How about now?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you now. How you doing?
All right. I've been working today. I just got home not long ago.
Where do you work? What do you do?
Log cabin homes.
Ooh, is that the what it sounds like? Aren't they like the custom built log homes like up in the hills?
Yeah, we sell the material packages. We don't build them.
Well, those material packages must have gone up like to astronomical prices this year. Have you noticed the difference?
They have. They really have.
Do you keep looking at people and say, are you sure you didn't write this down wrong? Because I've heard it's just really high for lumber
It
prices.
is. You wouldn't believe the amount of sales we've had, though. It's tremendous.
What part of the world are y'all selling?
All over the country and in other countries too. Our international sales are not like as strong as they used to be, but we do still sell internationally too.
So you just put the whole kit together it takes to have a log cabin, and then y'all ship it to people and they put it up.
Yep.
Well, that's really cool. If y'all want to start shipping them some solar panels to go with it, let us know.
Right.
Oh, but thank you for helping people have access to the homes they want. I'm sure that you're probably overworked and undervalued if you're like most folks in the US. So
absolutely.
So thank you for showing up and doing what you do and for being a good human. Who'd you come to support tonight?
Clean energy events.
Oh, did you meet Matt Coyle and those folks?
Oh yeah, I know Mac and Richard. Richard is my son, actually.
Oh, I met Richard too. He's a pretty cool dude. What part of the I've got you registered all this. I'm just not looking at it. What part of the world are you? Where'd you meet them? Like you're from your son? Did you meet Mac through Richard?
Yeah, yeah. He's been friends with Mac for quite a while.
Are you in Wilmington too?
Pardon me?
Are you in Wilmington?
No, I'm in Rocky Mount.
Right up 52 or 64?
95.
I get them all confused. I went to college in Carolina. I'm a Tar Heel. I'm from Tennessee originally, and today I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee.
All right.
But our company, what we call our headquarters, we're completely virtual. We can work from anywhere. But where we call our home is Hillsborough, North Carolina. So do you know where that is? Just north of Chapel Hill?
Yeah, I know where it's at.
We have a regen center we're developing there. We just got a farm. We put up a community center so people can come and learn cooking and yoga and dance, and we do all kinds of fun stuff. And this is our favorite thing to do, is meeting new folks and giving them an easy way to learn about solar energy while being super respectful of their time. So we've got 2 minutes till the top of the hour. I just want to make sure y'all can see this. I've got some solar data up here, but do y'all see this picture of a guy that looks like me, but way too serious? And then a little bow tie guy?
Yeah.
Well, that's me and John. He's the one in Hillsboro. He actually lives in a dome home that he rebuilt from scratch. And his wife is a dance teacher. We didn't actually meet these dinosaurs. We were too fast for them. We were too busy running. We have other teammates too, like Trey Weaver is a carpenter who joined the team. He helps with install projects and is just a good guy to help figure out building codes. Luke just graduated from Ole Miss. If he were here, he'd say hotty toddy. He's with his girlfriend tonight. He helps create designs. Holly is a super mom. She lives up in the hills of North Carolina over by Asheville. And she's whenever she runs these in the afternoons, and she lets us take care of them at night. And then Chris is actually on here with us, guy with the headphones on. He just graduated from Pitt with a biomedical engineering degree, and somehow we were lucky enough to have him want to put his brain cells into making this easy for people. So it's 6 o'clock.
Awesome.
We'll let some people in if it takes a little bit later, but would y'all be okay if we just went ahead and got started, since I just did that long introduction?
Yes.
Thank y'all for being here. Let me tell you what to expect. First thing we're going to do is introductions. There's only 3 of us right now, so that should take even less time than this. Now here comes somebody else. But then just for introducing yourself, that's how you raise the funds that you came to raise. The moment that you turn on your video and introduce yourself, $50 is raised and nothing else is expected of you. But one of the things we'll ask you in the introduction is, real simply, like, if your best friend were going to buy solar panels for you, what would you want to know before you'd be okay with installing them? Which basically means, cost aside, what kind of curiosity do you have about solar? And we'll do one of those. We'll do one of those each, one question each. If you only have one question about solar, Chris is going to go to the chat box and drop a way for you to be in touch. If what you really want is to find out about your particular situation, we can do that with you. That's part of our service. And you don't have to even stay for 25 minutes if you have your questions answered. So, but we'll go through one at a time, get one question answered, the next question answered, because you might have some of the same questions. And then I'll stick around and for as long as y'all would like me to, but we'll be done in 25 minutes. And I'll make sure that if you'd like to continue your solar journey with us, then you can. And so let's see, who just came in? Let's do some introductions. Real simple: name, where you are, organization you came to support, and what you want to know before you let your best friend buy you solar panels. So who would like to begin?
Well, you already know who I am.
We'll tell everybody else. We had some people that got here late.
Why don't you tell us about yourself?
I would like to go.
Okay, Parisha.
Yeah, my name is Parisha and I'm from Miami, Florida. The organization I'm supporting is Archimedean Schools.
They're great.
Yeah, Archie. And how do you want to know before you let best friend? Okay. Yeah, basically the price, because we always wondering when we moved in this new house, our both neighbors, they have solar. Sorry. Partially. Yeah.
Okay. Well, would you like to talk about how much solar costs in general?
Yes, yeah, because my both neighbors, they have, and we always wondered like how much it might be costing.
Like, did they win the lottery? Like,
yeah, so
cool.
And
let's talk about that really quickly then. So
yeah, never
let's-
got a chance to get the estimate or stuff, and this all of a sudden came up. So I'm like, wow, that's great. I will, yeah, have lots of questions, and they will answer me.
we tend to be really lucky in meeting people at exactly the right time. So Prisha, let's just talk about how much it costs to go solar by starting with talking about what solar panels actually do. Because y'all might have heard of the type of solar panels that are for heating water only.
Okay.
These solar panels make electricity, and then you can do whatever you want to with the electricity, including heat your water or watch Netflix or charge your phone. So the way it works is that during the day, you make more electricity than you need, and you share it with your neighbors,
Oh,
and you get a credit for that. Some electricity companies call it a solar bank, because every time you give one back to your neighbors, it's like putting a credit in a piggy bank. And everybody on here is smart enough to figure out a time of day when you might want to have some piggy bank credits to pull back out. Like, no matter how sunny it is in Miami, there is a thing called nighttime. and so and so at night, you want to be able to use those credits that you made. And so that's how it works with FPL and Duke. And we help you figure out how it works for you. But that's how you can go solar without even needing a battery, as you stay connected to your power company. You make more than you need during the day and save it up for night and for cloudy days. As far as how much it costs, here's something that I find. This is a person that's going to spend $127 a month on electricity normally. Because if you can't make it yourself, electricity is a really great thing to have. So we're willing to buy it from somebody else, even if it's a never-ending bill. So $127 a month adds up to almost $40,000 over 25 years if the price of electricity never goes up. Ha ha, right?
yeah. It's never 127.
Right. So, but this is an example. Like, if yours is 250, then that means you're going to spend over $75,000 on electricity, and it's not on your credit report, but it's definitely a debt if you're planning on continuing to use electricity. Solar in general cost about half of that. And so I guess one question I had for you is, did you know that the federal government will pay for 26% of a solar system that you
No.
install by letting you keep your tax money? Yeah. So in 2022, this family spent $20,000, let's say. So $5,200 the following year, they do not have to pay the government, because the government's like, thank you for helping us create a more reliable grid in a way that's not setting things on fire to do it. So there's a tax credit. So that helps as well. But the last thing I would tell you is, let me show you how do you have any idea how we would go about figuring out what solar would cost for you? You know what that would depend on?
Maybe house size.
Why do you say that? That's not necessarily wrong. It's correlated to that. What do you think a big house would use more of?
Because we have more fan, and the AC is also using.
So you use more electricity.
Yeah.
And so all we're trying to do with your solar is to figure out how to help you make all the electricity you need so you don't have to buy it from FPL. And the way we do that is we look at, this is some software, you guys might like this. We will zoom in with you if you'd like for us to. Like, we've already created a design for you. We can send that to anybody who would like it with your numbers. So you don't have to wonder. We've already made your numbers for you, and you'll find out exactly what your number is, at least using our service. We usually help people save $5,000 or $10,000 because we don't have to pay for marketing. We just bribe people to show up and learn about solar. They give money to their organizations. So check this out. Do you see this little chart over here? This tells you where the sun is in the sky at noon in June, like at 2 o'clock in July, at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning in December. And so you can see exactly how much sunlight each of these panels receives. And then you can use that to calculate how many kilowatts you can make. And then we just compare that to how much you use to see how much of your electricity you can make on your own. So this is somebody who probably has about $170 bill. This is Chris's family. Which state is this, Chris?
Louisiana. No idea how much electricity he used. He just moved in there less than a month ago. Doesn't even have a bill yet.
So this was your guess, you know.
I was just I put it at a medium estimate and I did design.
Worked out well. So we'll do this with you if you'd like for us to, but that's how we figure it out. It's just based on how many panels you need. And we charge people what we pay for our equipment. We just have a service fee that allows us to keep giving money to people for organizations they care about. So I know that was a lot that ate up about half of our 25 minutes, but I feel like it's the most important question. And there's one more thing that I'd love to share with you that you might not know. Did you know that you can pay off your solar using savings from your electricity bill? Meaning you don't need to get a second job to pay off some new loan. You can actually do it without spending a dime out of pocket and just saying, yes, I want to use solar. You don't have to put a dime down. You're like, let's get it up. Let's get it working. Once it's up and working, I'll pay for it month by month. And a lot of times what we find out after we do this analysis with you is that it actually, even including the interest, ends up saving you money month to month. So it's not like solar pays off long-term. It also pays off short-term if you'd like to finance it the way most people finance their iPhones, which is walk in the store, walk out, and they just send you a monthly bill. You can do the same thing with solar. So I saw you're shaking your head. Is that new information to you? Like, I'm sorry, Parisha, was that?
No, we knew like
wow.
if we can finance, but yeah, should we do it or no? That one was the question. Yeah, because again, the finance is with the interest. Service. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we have a lot of different options, and you can also use whatever you want. Like our service is just designed to be friendly and hopefully not give people a reason to not continue to look into solar. And if you want to do it with us, we've helped people go solar in 15 different states. Our goal is to be in all 50 by a year from now. And so we're really good at helping folks go solar who want to, because we don't have to spend very much money to find you. We don't have to charge you very much for your solar. So I can't tell you, I said all that about us, not because I'm an egomaniac, although maybe. I said that because you ask a question about how much does it cost? And that depends on who you buy it from. But if you buy it from us, then you pay what we pay plus whatever it costs us to do the job. And that is listed clearly on the numbers you'll receive. So is a design for your personal home with those numbers something that you would like to receive?
Yeah, maybe I will talk to my husband and yeah, get back to you. And
cool. Well, thank you for raising $50. Did I answer your question? It was a very long answer, but it was about how much the solar costs, and it depends on how many panels you need to make your electricity.
Okay, so for example, like my house is like 2,600 square feet in total, and it's a single level. So what like around estimate, can you give me a little estimate around approximate?
Chris, do you have Parisha's open book pricing or open solar pulled up, or do we not get to that today?
Do not have that. But what is your monthly bill, Parisha?
Around 250.
250. Okay. So
do you have a southern facing roof that doesn't have shade all over it?
It's a flat roof. I don't know. Does that?
Perfect. Yeah.
So at $250 a month with a big, open, sunny, flat roof, using the easy solar loans, I don't want to give you like an exact number because I don't know that off the top of my head. And if you want, we can right after this meeting, design yours together, and I can show you exactly all of that stuff, or I can send it to you in your inbox, email it to you tomorrow. But if you have a big open roof plane and pay a lot for electricity, you'd probably pay more per month paying your electric company than you'd pay if you had solar panels, even if you finance them zero down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably like
Yeah.
220, 230 bucks a month, maybe 180, and that's 21 years and no early repayment penalties. Just one loan option we have that a lot of people like because it allows it to compare it. But you know what the biggest difference between your solar payment is and your electricity payment? When will you ever pay off your electricity bill?
Yeah, never.
Right. And so solar is something you can actually own. And most
Okay.
people, if you can own your home, most people want to own their electricity if they know that it's possible for them. It's just for a long time, people have been curious, but thought it was too expensive. So that's why I spent 14 minutes of our fundraiser talking about the price. It's just to tell
Yeah.
y'all that you'd like
And
to
does
use
that
energy.
like have to replace after 10 years, 15 years, something like that?
No, the warranty is for 25 years and it
25.
doesn't need to be replaced after 25 years. The warranty says that at the end of 25 years, the panels will be making 80 to 92% of the energy they were the day they came out of the box, depending on what kind you get. So the first solar panels were made by Bell. If y'all remember the Bell companies.
No,
So,
we didn't research yet. Yeah.
Yeah, 1950.
Thinking that it might be a big budget. So
No, it actually saves you your budget. It gives you money back, and we'll show that to you. So let me meet some of these other folks and answer their questions. Then I'll stay here for 2 hours if you would like to continue answering yours. So thank you for showing up. You just raised $50 for our community.
thank you.
And so who's next? We haven't heard from Kathy or Mark. Barbara's already raised some money for the green events. Who's next?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, how are you? I'm Michelle Romero. I could barely hear you. I don't know why.
Oh no. Well, I don't sound that good anyway.
So weird. Let me see if I can get you back. Are you there?
I am now. How's that?
Okay, perfect. Hi. So my question is, I'm Michelle Romero. I'm raising money for our comedian schools.
And you just did. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. If I needed a roof repair, what would happen with the solar panel? Would you guys come and take it off and replace it, or like how does that work out? Or like say, even for example, I'm in Florida and we have hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work out?
So thank you for asking. So I think the best way to answer this question is to show you this 1-minute video.
Okay.
Before your solar panels can go up, they have to be permitted by the
prepping the roof for solar
right here.
panels.
So first of all, before these guys can climb on your roof, they have to get a permit from the county. And Michelle, the county tells you how many of these insertion points there needs to
Here, the
be
team of 3 and
because of hurricane.
Okay.
Because you don't fasten it down as many places in Kansas City. You don't need to fasten it down as often in Kansas City as you do in Miami.
Right.
So this slides under your shingles. So the water runs right over them.
installers are placing racks on the
Wait,
roof.
do you have to have shingles? I
No,
have
you can,
tile.
tile's even better. It slides right underneath your tile. And
Okay.
so the point that I'm going to show you is that you don't
Step
think
2,
about this very
connect the
often.
panels to the roof. The panels are mounted on the racking equipment and will soon begin to generate solar electricity.
But they protect
What
you.
is the 1 minute? How many chargers?
It's also like putting a shade tree on your roof because now there's an air gap.
I wanted
And this whole
charger.
process, even if you have a big house, it only takes 2 or 3
Huh?
days. And
Yeah, अभी मैं sign
95%
out हो
of the-
सकती हूँ, but interesting है.
and then 95% of the work is outside. So it's not like putting in a kitchen or where people are in and out of your house. This is quick. Like this home, this
They are
is
connected
one
to
day.
a string inverter that converts solar energy into usable electricity.
They're not sped up that fast,
Solar panels are lightweight.
but they shouldn't be walking on the panels. And the guys that we hire don't do this, but that's how
Okay.
tough they are. They're not, they're going to be fine, but that's just not best practice. I don't know why they're showing this, but I just wanted to show it to you to show you how easy it is and
Okay.
how we think of it for hurricanes. So I can answer your question like 10 other ways too, but the other thing to know is that part of the process is checking to make sure you have enough homeowners insurance so that if your entire house blows away, which hurricanes can do sometimes, right? Like
Mhm.
hurricanes can blow off the entire roof. And if they do, we want to make sure you're covered. Even a Rocky Mount, hurricanes can come.
Yeah.
And so we make sure you're covered if that happens. But you saw how well fastened down those things are. Unless
Yeah.
the whole roof blows off, they're not going to blow off. And if one panel blows off, it takes like 30 minutes to fix, and it's like $100. And of course, we'll help you with it. We even have this
Okay.
thing called the Ovanova Assurance Fund, where we put $200 in for every customer just in case some weird thing comes up, and their manufacturer warranty that won't cover them, and their installer won't cover them. We're there for you, because otherwise,
Okay.
churches and schools wouldn't trust us to meet you.
Right. Okay, that's good to know.
So is that a good enough answer to your question, or would you like some more elaboration before we let somebody else?
Actually, no,
go?
it is a perfect answer to my question.
Well, thank you for showing up. Who's next? We got
Thank
5
you.
minutes left.
Hi, it's Kathy. Kathy Rock. I'm raising money for Sun Lake High School.
Yay.
And yeah, and the question I have, I guess if my friend's paying for it, maybe it doesn't matter. But if I'm paying for it, I guess the question is, how long does it usually take to break even?
If you pay cash for it, it usually takes about 7 to 10 years. And after that, you make money every single day that the sun comes up and you're not paying for electricity. If you let somebody else pay you for it, your break even is the very first month. So I know this is weird to think about it this way, right? But if you pay cash for something, it's about how much electricity does it make for you until it returns the money that you have spent.
Mhm.
If you pay $0 for it, you essentially turn it into a new electricity bill, with the difference being it will be paid off at some point. And in most cases with zero down financing, what you find, this is a real example from Florida, a Duke customer. FPL's electricity is a little bit less than Duke. Tico's is about the same. But this is somebody that's spending $130 a month on electricity, and their new solar bill was $90 a month. So they spent nothing, $127 they stopped paying. They use 90 of that to make their solar payment, which will go away, and they have $37 left to go to the movies if the movies ever open back up. So that's how solar works, is that if you finance it, then the break-even point's the first month, but you're going to be paying for a long time. If you pay cash, you avoid a ton of finance. It's like if you pay cash for your house, avoid a ton of financing fees, but it makes it a lot easier to have a mortgage. So it's just like that, except for there's no down payment like there is for a mortgage, and there's no lien on your house. There's just a lien on the solar panels. So if you stop making your payments, they can come take them. But then you have to start paying a higher electricity bill again. So it's pretty easy to find somebody that will make that loan.
Got it.
So does that answer your question, or is that?
It does. Yeah. Thank you.
Another way to look at it too, did you know that going solar will increase the value of your property? And yeah, and in Florida, it's actually tax exempt valuation increase. So Zillow says 4%. Somebody who can do algebra says if I spend $20,000 on something that's going to make $40,000 worth of electricity, then I could charge the new person moving into my house anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000. And I would feel very good about that morally, and that would be a good deal for them as well. But you can look at it however you want to. A house that can make less expensive electricity is a more valuable house, especially if you can make it right there at home where you need it and not cut off by a pipeline or grid that an ice storm can get to, now that you ever have ice storms in Florida. But anyway, all right, we got 3 more minutes. Who wants to raise some funds? Thank you, Kelly, for showing up. It's good to go Sun Lake. We got Mark left, I believe. Mark.
Sorry about that. I have issues with Zoom. I'm an old guy. No, actually, they've been great questions. So I've been listening. I think it's awesome. It's something that we really are looking into. we're in the market to buy a new house. And it's one of the first things I want to add to it.
Well, man, whenever you get it, let us know. If you're the kind of person that likes to spiff up your old house, because we have such low prices, sometimes people put in solar before they move because it's a $20,000 investment. But is there anything that you'd like to know when you do get into your new house or before then?
No, I'm actually really good. I want to make sure I have all of your contact information. So I registered. I hope you'll follow up with me. I know it says that you're not going to in the email, but I'd really appreciate a follow-up. So
if you request it, it can be done. So how would you like for us to
follow up with me? How about that?
Cool. So how about we create a design for whatever address you registered with, and so you can just see what our numbers look like and all.
Dude,
that.
I'd love for you to do that for me on my current house. I'm actually in the real estate world, and be able to show them this option would be incredible.
Part of what we do is any real estate agent that would like it, we provide a service where we create a one-pager so you can help a client who has solar capture the full value of their solar. So we'll definitely follow up, because there could be all kinds of great partnerships that we could create together.
Absolutely. And like one of my good friends, I told him I was doing this. He lives on a farm on 1,100 acres, and he was like, I would love to have solar power out here to get off the grid. So yeah, I'd definitely like to have some further conversations with you and have you run some numbers for me on the house that we currently live in and the stuff that we're doing in the future.
Then the easiest way to do it, it's 24 after. So that concludes the fundraiser. Thank y'all. We just raised $250, I believe, for good causes.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
If you will look in the chat, can you even see the chat, or is it hard on the phone?
It's ridiculously difficult on the phone.
Is it okay if we text you this link?
Yeah, please do.
Chris, will you text Mark the link that's in the chat? And if there's anybody else that can't see it, we can send it to you as well. But what it is, it's an invitation to continue the conversation. And instead of speaking in vagaries, zoom in on your house, see where you would like your panels. Look how easy it is to take them off if you don't want them there, if you think it needs to be more symmetrical. If you just don't like the way this looks at all, you want this there. That's what we do. And then we see how much electricity it will make. And then that's easy to figure out how much you'll save. So that is, I have another hour and 35 minutes, and I would be glad to stay here as long as anybody has any questions. But as far as basics go, guys, it's real simple. Solar's less expensive, and feel free to click this link, and we will have a personal consultation with you at your address for your property. It'll be on Zoom. So if we're not just as nice as we were today, you can hang up on us at any time. But it's our honor to be your solar exploration guides. Thank you, Barbara. It looks like you were raising your hand. Was there something?
Yeah, I've got a question.
Good.
This will power everything in the house. Depends on how many panels you get, right?
It depends on the panels you get and the sunshine you get.
Yeah.
So, and we can figure that out though with science and math.
Right.
Like we know where the sunshine is every day. It's pretty reliable. And so now we just use software to measure the amount of sunshine every part of your house gets. So we can put the panels in the places where you need the fewest of them. But we'd have to look at your house. That's what the invitation in the chat is
okay. So you don't already have that done.
We usually do, Barbara, and we'll send it to you if it's not already. I think Holly might have had to take care of her kids today. Chris, did we get Barbara's done today?
We did not, but it will be in your inbox tomorrow for you to look over at your convenience.
Oh, good.
I'll send you an exact pricing of everything, and also a link to where you can view the different angles of your house and what they look like with panels on them. I'll send that to everybody who wants one.
All your contact information and goodies.
Yes, well, it's got all the contact information on that as well. And it's just we're done, y'all. There's nobody, but I've got a million slides I could show you. Like for instance, have you ever thought that you don't have to have them on your roof? You could build a pergola if you wanted to, or an awning. But the reason a lot of people do like them on their roof is because it protects their roof from exposure to the elements, makes their tiles last longer, makes their shingles last longer. And it's just a really neat thing, Barbara.
I have a lot of trees around my house and all behind my house on the west side. So
guess we have to use the east side then.
I don't know. And well, there's some there too, but I still think there's enough sun.
Yeah.
But
We can, let's find out together. I'll be as slow and as patient as you would like. And it would be an honor to create a design with you because you raised a good son that had a good buddy named Mac that's been very useful and helpful for us. So like we'd love to get back. Do you understand how to find the chat and book a time if you wanted to get back together with us, or know how to save that?
Yeah, I saw it at the bottom a minute ago, but yeah, there it is.
It should pull up a screen. Looks like
Chris said he would have something in my email tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. And there'll be something you can click on that too and get back in touch with us if you want to. Would that be better for you?
Yeah, I want to look at that, and then I can get back with you.
Well, it sure has been fun to meet you tonight. Is there anything else at all you want to know about solar before we get out of here?
I think that's it for right now.
All right. Well, you're welcome to hang out if you want to. Mark and Preacher are still here. Maybe they've got some more they want to talk about. What else is on y'all's mind, Mark and Preacher?
No, I think I'm in great shape. I just scheduled a follow-up. I found it in the chat and scheduled for a follow-up on Monday. I would love to see what it would cost to do my house, see if it's something that we can do. Really excited about this. Thank you it's such a great marketing idea to give back to the community. I love it. So thank you very much for taking your time out in the evening. It's great.
Yeah, man. Thanks for seeing us for who we are. We really built this to serve communities because solar is awesome and people don't know about it and they won't listen to salespeople. So we're like, how else can we do it? And we're like, hey, let's just
wait.
take
I was
marketing
supposed to listen to you. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were selling. My bad. I wouldn't have listened had I known you were selling me something. I'm just kidding. But you were great. I do Zoom. I teach all the time on it. You were incredible. Thank you guys very much. I'm actually going to check out if that's all right. But
yeah, man. See you
Good
Monday.
to meet you, Mark.
Nice to meet
you.
All
right, thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
You too, brother.
You too.
Well, that was kind of fun, huh, Chris?
Yeah, we're way behind on the designs this week because we had to basically redo all of the Miami ones, and we still haven't redone all the Miami ones because we've had to I designed them, and then we had them. And then we had setbacks to put in. So we deleted all the designs and redesigned them with setbacks. And now we have to redesign the initial designs that don't have the setbacks.
Y'all are going to get fired. We're going to fire you. You're going to get fired. No, we don't believe in firing here. I think I might have identified my area of focus, like John said, for one individual project. And it's what's up?
To eliminate informational asymmetry within our organization.
Well, that would go a long ways. If you can, especially if you really go all the way and you try to figure out how do you take what's in John Kerry's brain and put it in a format that somebody that started yesterday can know where to look to find the information, because there's nothing that's actually complicated in his mind. It's all logical, right? It's like this equals this equals this equals this equals this. Therefore, ask this question here. You want a ground mount? Where's your septic tank? That's an important thing to know. Like, where is this? Where is this? Has this gravel? Is this thing? You have single phase, double phase, like there's just, I don't even know. I still don't know. But
we'll have to get him chipped or something. Electrode in there.
Yeah. Elon, throw a Neuralink chip in John Kerry's head. It'd be useful for the world. And anybody, we ought to put it in our YouTube video so people just watching could hop on with us to learn if they wanted to as well. So join us if you'd like to. We got a couple more weeks left of doing this, and then we got a new way to do it. We'll be streaming that too. But Chris, I'll let you go so you can get those designs done for those human beings that came tonight.
Sounds good. Yeah. See you at 8.
All right. Bye-bye.